What is up, everybody? It is AC here, and today I'm going to be showing you a pretty thorough, sort of, well, as close as I can get, PlayStation 5 layout for the Steam Deck. Now, I am just gonna let you guys know right now, this is not perfect. I did customize all of this through CSS Loader. And over here are the plugins that you're going to be needing today. It's going to be Tab Master for library organization, CSS Loader, of course, for like home screen customization, icon customization, Audio Loader for the sort of ambient PS5 music in the background, as well as the button sort of sound effects. The animation changer for the PlayStation 5 intro clip, and Steam Grid for customized icon artwork for the icons here. So another disclaimer here, no, I don't actually have Shadow of the Colossus Remake native to the Steam Deck. This is actually just Chikai. I sort of rigged it to disguising Chikai as Shadow of the Colossus. I really only have Astrobot here, but Shadow of the Colossus as well on my personal PlayStation. I really am empathetic towards PlayStation Portable because you have to be connected to the internet to use it in the first place. On top of that, needing a subscription, big huge hell no. This is a free subscription. Actually, you don't need a subscription at all to use a Steam Deck. And on top of that, you can use it completely offline and still play these wonderful PlayStation 5 titles such as Returnal, Ghost of Tsushima, and of course, the upcoming Stellar Blade that's coming out at in like less than 2 weeks for the Steam Deck. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and just knock the aesthetics out right away. CSS Loader, you're gonna need basically a whole laundry list of customization options. We're gonna start with Art Hero, and this is basically to design the carousel, basically make it into like a specific position and a specific size, and to customize the hero in the background. So the font, I made sure the font was below the icons to make it more accurate to the PlayStation 5 layout. Carousel height is roughly between -7 and -6 for my personal taste. And then the next thing you're gonna need for sure is Avatar Customization Suite. And I have it set to round only. As you can see here, my profile avatar is not square, it is circular. And you can customize that with the Avatar Customization Suite in CSS Loader. Better achievements it's not necessary. It's something that I use to organize my achievements. Button prompts galore. This is essential. When it comes to the glyphs on Steam Deck, they're defaulted to Xbox glyphs. What Button prompts galore does, it changes the Xbox glyphs to PlayStation. So you're definitely gonna need that. Make sure you set the controller type to DualSense. Cappy menu is the next thing you're gonna need. I use Cappy menu for the context menus, QAM, and the Steam menus. Basically just to have this similar layout, like a sort of like a dark gray with like a white, of course. Instead of like that prominent green play button in games, you're gonna get a nice white button. And I use Cappy for that sort of customization. The next thing you're gonna need, you're not gonna want centered game text selected. You actually don't need centered game text at all. I don't know why I even brought that up. But PlayStation 5 naturally has the descriptions or the names of the games sort of like on the left, so you don't need that. Clean game launch, yeah, you'll need that as well. Clean game view, sure, that's fine too. Clean library capsule. The only, like I said, this layout isn't perfect. The library capsule, no matter how many ways you customize it, it's going to be a little bit off. But that's just, you know, one of those things. You can turn it off by activating clean library capsule and then just selecting disable library capsule. But yeah, Steam Deck Store, that's not necessary. You don't need anything. The Steam Deck Store stuff isn't necessary. Deli footer, I like. It makes the footer look way nicer. As you can see, before, after, looks way cleaner, looks way nicer. Love it, perfect. Deli volume, you're definitely gonna want this because it makes the volume bar look way nicer. This is the before, after. Okay, and then for fonts, I have fonts selected. You don't need this, but I think it makes the typeface look a lot cleaner. So I used Fig Tree as the font for this particular layout, but you can use any one on the list, or you don't really need it, essentially. Game cover shine animation, I have this. It adds that sort of gloss, that shine whenever a game is selected. The Steam Deck already has this by default, but I feel like having this option selected makes the shine more prominent, like how you would see in the PlayStation 5. Let's see, game header text stroke, make sure you don't have this. It looks cheap, it looks tacky. It makes the font of the games have like that heavy stroke. It just doesn't look good. It does not look good. I'm a minimalist. I don't need any of that shit. I need simple stuff. You know what I mean? Hero zoom eradication, essential, because for some reason, Art Hero defaults to having an automatic zoom into the hero. So basically, the background here is going to zoom and expand, you know? Whereas with the hero zoom eradication option enabled, it removes the zoom entirely, which keeps the image static, which is what we want. That's exactly what you see in the PlayStation. Hide playtime, again, I don't see why this is necessary. When playtime is not enabled, you can see like there's the playtime description there. Again, unnecessary information. We don't need that on the home screen. Eradicate, eliminate, you know? Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, make sure when you select it, I select it to hide on the home screen. You can have it shown in the game details, but yeah, for home screen, not essential. Goodbye. Home concealer, I don't have that activated, you don't need that. Icon hider, so I use icon hider for the icons up here. You'll notice that the Steam UI has all these other icons. Again, not necessary, don't need them. I see no point, goodbye. Keep it clean, minimal, like how you see in the PlayStation 5. Library move, extra info. I don't know what this is, actually. I don't know why I have it selected. Who cares? Mini carousel is essential. You need this. This is what makes the icons nice and tiny, you know, and small, and not big and huge and ugly. So mini carousel is essential. You're gonna need that. No game review tabs, you can ignore all that. QAM high tabs, basically with this disabled, you get all this crap. I don't need that. I have too much ADHD to worry about this shit. Goodbye. I use QAM high tabs to keep it simple, easy. Round, essential. You're gonna need this. Round keeps the icons round edged. Before, ugly. After, fantastic. Boom. Next up is round, main menu, and QAM. This basically makes the borders of the QAM and the Steam menu round. That's all it is. I like it. To keep it consistent with the rest of the layout, I'll keep it personally. Round search, why not? Sure, whatever. Switch like home is essential. You're gonna need this because it keeps the carousel aligned properly. And here's like I said, here's the settings for the carousel for the switch like home. Switch like banners, another essential. You're gonna need it. It keeps the icon square. for the love of God. Oh my God, this was driving me crazy. I could not, for the life of me, find something that makes the icon square for a long ass time until I came across switch like banners and it turns them to squares. I love that. You can even translate it into the library so that way you can have square icons in the library, but you have to make sure to have square images by default, and we'll cover that in these the Steam Grid section of the CSS Loader. But this is like the most jam-packed of the options, the CSS Loader. Anyway, back to where I was, all the way down here, switch like banners. We're almost done here. Top bar padding, you're gonna need that. It basically adds padding, like how I mentioned earlier. Adds padding to the top bar, which we love. Top bar transparency, also gonna need that. Who likes this ugly bar? No one. We're gonna want it transparent. Thank you, goodbye. Next up is audio loader. Again, I use PS5 Plus, sort of like sound effects, and then the PlayStation 5 home menu ambience music. Animation changer, simple, easy, PlayStation 5 Steam Deck. I use the authentic alternative selection for the animation, but you can use any of the PlayStation 5 animations. They're just as good. Steam Grid DB, essential. You're gonna need this because why? This is what makes or breaks the games aesthetically. What you're gonna want to do is go to any game you want. We'll go with Returnal, and then you're gonna go into options, change artwork, and you can change the artwork to whatever you want. It's fantastic, I love it. And you can even go into filter and make sure you have all the sizes selected so you get the most variety, and that way you can get icons that are square. You see where I'm getting at with this, which leads into square icons up here, which can be translated into your library over here, which we love. We love that. But yeah, that's it as far as aesthetics. Another thing that I really wanted to cover in this video, a lot of people are gonna think that this is PlayStation Plus. It is not. This is a mod called Deck Shock 4. Now, I recently came across this because it has been driving me absolutely batshit crazy that Returnal and amongst all these other games, whenever you play them on the Steam Deck, have Xbox glyphs. I hate it. Ladies and gentlemen, what do we see here? Is that a Y on a PlayStation exclusive game? I am using my DualSense PS5 controller. As you can see, this is the controller that I'm Bluetooth connected to my Steam Deck that is connected to my TV, and somehow I'm still getting Xbox prompts. Valve, what the fuck? This is the closest thing that I could find to sort of eradicate Xbox glyphs. Now, the catch is it does not work for every PlayStation game. It does work for Returnal. Basically what you do, I have the link to the tutorial to have this installed in the description below, as well as side topic here. I got these buttons here off Etsy. Link of these buttons in the description as well. But anyway, back to this. Deck Shock is a mod that you just basically, once you have it installed, you just play it. You go ahead and hit home. You're gonna go into Returnal, for example, and then we're gonna let it sit for a minute because it takes a minute to get started. But total rant while we're waiting here. I could not find anything on Decky Loader that was like a PlayStation theme. Like you got Switch themes and PC themes and Cyberpunk themes, but nothing PlayStation's. Like you'll think of other consoles, but PlayStation, like the most popular one. It's like a missed opportunity. But yeah, y'all are welcome. Takes its sweet ass time, I swear. Finally, now as you can see here, we have X, circle. I'll actually just go here real quick so you can see here, X, triangle, circle. Finally, you get PlayStation glyphs in a frickin' Steam Deck. Jesus Christ, it only took me 2 weeks to figure this shit out. Anyway, so that's how you have that handled. As far as Returnal, I've also seen this work with Days Gone, but I have not seen it work with any other, you just go ahead and exit out everything when you're done. I have not seen it work with any other PlayStation game. Those are the only two I've seen it work for. If you want to install it and see for yourself how it works with your other PlayStation games, I'm not a big God of War kind of guy, but maybe it works for that game. Last of Us as well could probably work there. I have no idea, but I just know that Returnal, if for the longest time, was giving me such a hassle with Xbox Glyphs. Anyway, I think that's everything covered. I don't know. If anyone's asking how I got these, it's just emulation, straight up. The Thing is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm so glad I've remastered this thing. But yeah, anyway, sorry, tangent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Stellar Blade coming out on Steam Deck. Yet another PlayStation 5 exclusive coming onto the Steam Deck. Another reason why people should not get the PlayStation Portable, but should instead settle for one of these bad boys right here. It's the best of both worlds. It's the best of all worlds. Steam Deck. Oh yeah, getting these buttons in was such a pain in the ass, let me tell you. Ugh. They're in Etsy, they're cheap. I think they're like 30 bucks, 20 bucks, who cares? Get them, totally worth it, totally worth the hassle, but my God, it was just such a bitch to get these installed. Anyway, there's like a bunch of tutorials on how to install these into your Steam Deck. Anywho, that's it. I think we're set, we're good. I'll talk to y'all later in the next video. Like and subscribe, bye! Y'all, I totally forgot about freaking Tab Master. Okay, yeah, Tab Master. I'm a sucker for minimalism. I only have one tab, and that's what this is used for. You can hide all these other tabs. Like I basically have it to where, you know, I have them all hidden, and I just made one tab. You can add a tab, customize it however we want. I only have one tab. It's my games, and they're just my essential games that you see here. Yeah, so. But that's basically the gist of Tab Master. It's a library organization. But anyway, like and subscribe. Bye.